Here we are. We are here in testing class, evaluation class.
Another one.
Another one, DJ Khaled. On. Who's making that noise? That's Lideni, the noisy girl.
No, profe, ¿qué pasa? Ese es el niño que está de cumpleaños hoy, está más contento de la cuenta.
Oh, but
Dispense.
you gotta sing happy birthday to you. Yes.
Ya usted sabe, no, ya yo canté eso tempranito ahorita, aquí lo tengo muy activo.
Yes. Kids like birthdays, you know, they love them.
Ay, that's true, estoy de acuerdo con usted.
Teacher, I think they like because of the cake.
Candies, fruits, gifts.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they like. Look, there is a student calling me now. Look, that's Juliet calling me.
Cójalo, cójalo.
No, she knows I'm teaching
Yeah.
already. Hold on. Juliet. Alberto. Juliet. Elle ne répond pas. Juliet doesn't answer. I don't know why. Okay, so I don't know where I was. We were talking about birthday, right? Yes. Kids love birthdays. Okay, so here we are in testing. Now, the first news that you're gonna meet today is that next week we have the second exam. And that the second exam is, I hope, I'm going to try to give it in the OEM platform, but there are many students who are telling me that they have a bad experience taking the exam in the OEM platform because of the grades at the end, and that they don't see this, they don't see that, you know. But I'm going to try. If not, then we just keep working with the other platform that we use only for the exams, and that is, do you remember the name where we take the exams?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the name, Gabriel?
End mode.
Edmodo, right? Yes. All right. So that's next week. You guys know we are going to have, for the 80% of the exam, is gonna be from the lesson chapter 4 and chapter 5. Those are going to be the main the questions. 80% of the questions are coming from chapter 4, pronunciation test, and chapter 5, which is reading test. And then there is gonna be a 20%, which is general knowledge that you're supposed to know, right? And that's the exam for next week. Today we are going to talk about the chapter 5 reading test. We are gonna discuss the questions from the homework, and then we're gonna have an open space. If you have a question about the previous lessons, any doubts that you might have, you can ask, and I will be here to answer, because you need to be ready for next week. Okay. Now I'm just gonna ask questions from chapter 5. What was the name of chapter 5? Who knows? You can raise your hand and let me know. What's the name of chapter 5? Yes, no, Mercedes, that you wanted to speak. That's why I put you on mute, because I knew your intentions, you know? Yes, Diana.
The chapter is text evaluate.
That's the name? No, I mean the name of the chapter.
That is the item. No?
Hold on, I'm gonna help you. Look, Desteriza is gonna help you. Aristides.
Me, teacher.
Yes.
Reading test.
Reading
Reading
text.
test. Reading.
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. You know that language is divided in skills and sub-skills. Okay. This is something that you're supposed to know if you're gonna be an English teacher or any language teacher, not English only. If it is Spanish, if it is French, any language, you're supposed to know that languages have skills and sub-skills. Sub-skills is, right, a little skill that comes from a big skill. In English, do you know how many skills we have? This is general knowledge, what we are talking about right now. This is general knowledge. How many skills do we have in English? Language, Spanish language, French language. Gabriel, go on.
But if I'm not wrong, I think there are reading skills, writing skills, speaking skills, pronunciation skills. Am I wrong?
But you said speaking and pronunciation, isn't that the same thing?
Speaking skills. It's
Uh-huh.
like,
Okay, let me write down what you said. Can you go back and repeat so they can see it? Sorry.
yes, sir. Reading skills.
Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. This keyboard is gonna kill me. Okay, language skills, right? We have, he said read 10 skills. Writing, okay? Writing is one. Yes, go on, Gabriel.
Reading.
Reading is another. Yes,
Speaking.
yes.
I want to say another one, teacher.
I would like to say one too.
I don't want
Communication.
to say that. I want to say another one.
I don't know. You guys are talking at the same time, so I don't know who's talking there.
Communication skills.
Communication skill, but communication isn't related to speaking.
Me, teacher, I cannot
Yes.
Teacher, I want to say something very important.
Bella
Important.
is here.
Everybody
Right,
want
go
to say
ahead.
something. Everybody want to say something, right? That sounds like a song or like a movie. Everybody want to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is
Mom.
that the thing is very interesting. This topic, teacher.
Write it down, Miguel Angel, because you're gonna forget it. Then write it down. You're gonna have the opportunity. So we're gonna let
Okay.
Adiani Milagro,
Teacher,
my
can I say another
sister,
skill?
Yes, teacher. Listen.
listening. Okay.
Yeah, esa misma.
Okay, guys. Now this is look. This is not part of chapter 5. Okay, this is not part of that. This is only general knowledge that we are supposed to know or to have. And as we are in testing, I don't know if you have noticed that every chapter refers to one skill or one aspect of the language, right? What was the name of the first chapter? Do you remember the name of the first chapter? Miguel Angel, go on. You have 2 comments, Miguel Angel. You have the first comment that you wanted to say, and you can answer the question too. Go on.
Techniques, teacher. Techniques in testing.
Right. That's the name of the book or the name of the first chapter?
The name of the book.
Okay. So inside the book, we have the first chapter and it has a name. You guys don't remember.
Testing. Yeah, I remember, teacher.
Go on.
Testing language sub skills.
Okay, testing language soft skills, right? And what was the first when we talk about language, what was that's not to you, Miguel Angel, that's to another person. What was the first aspect of language that we saw in the first chapters from 1, 2, and 3, around there? What was the first aspect of language that we analyzed, that we studied? Oh, Gabriel?
Yeah. First of all, the name of chapter 1 is Introduction.
Uh-huh.
And then we talk about vocabulary test.
Yes, stop over there. Vocabulary test. Vocabulary is one part. Is the look in language, the principal part of language is vocabulary, because from there we have different things, right? Because what is vocabulary, if you remember? What is vocabulary? Who remembers what vocabulary is? This is general knowledge. You have to take this lesson today as a review and also as getting knowledge from chapter 5. What is vocabulary? With your own words. You don't have to think about the definition from the book. Miguel Angel, what is, oh, you raise your hands. Miguel Angel, what is vocabulary?
I mean, it's not would be according to the book, but all of that knowledge I had, vocabulary is the way you can learn more language, more words, and is spread out your mind.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. What do you say, Perla, also?
For me, vocabulary is all the word we can learn or know about a language to express what we want.
Okay, very good. You and Miguel Angel, you are correct. So vocabulary is all the words that you have, the words that you know, the words that are in your mind. Then those words that you have, you can represent them in two ways, whether you write them, right? Or whether you say them. Okay, so that's why vocabulary is related to everything. Now, we have 4 skills. Everybody is born with the 4 skills, okay? Since you are born, unless you have a problem, okay? A physical problem. So we have the 4 skills here. One question for you. If I ask you, which one do you think is the first skill that human beings have? When we talk about language, okay? Don't think about other things. When we talk about language, which is the first skill from the 4 that we have here on the board, the human beings have?
Me, teacher.
Hold on, there are more people raising hand. What do you say, Evelyn?
I think that is speaking.
Speaking. Evelyn says speaking is the first one. Okay, let's continue then. Perla Maciel, what do you say? What's the first one?
I say teacher listening.
Listening. Okay, we're gonna give the opportunity to a last person, Milagro Adiani. Which is the first one?
Listening, teacher.
Listening. Juliet, you there? You were calling me.
Yes, because there's no light here. That's why I was calling you. But I came to a bank.
Oh, a money bank or a lottery bank?
A lottery bank.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna tell you that money banks are closed, the majority of them today. Yes. All right. So yes, listening is the first one. You know why? Do you know why listening is the first skill that you develop when you are a human being? Human beings develop listening. Why do I say that listening is the first
teacher.
skill? You have to raise your hand and you need to know that there are more people. This is to everybody, There are more people. Juliet, which one why do you think that listening is the first skill that we develop?
Teacher, listening will be the first one because when we are born, we don't talk. We first listen.
Right,
So
right.
listening is the first one.
Okay, very good. Miguel Angel, go on. The
Yeah,
stage is
definitely.
yours.
So definitely,
My
I
hands up
according with
too.
her. I'm according with her, and even before before it's born, they have been keeping listening to.
Right,
You know, teacher.
right.
Exactly. I just said.
Because studies have shown that babies, when they are inside of their mother's belly, they can hear, they can listen
Exactly.
to sounds, and they recognize the sounds, the voices of the mother, the father, and the family. That's right. Listening is the first one, right? And as one of you said, before you speak, you listen. Do you know the people that they call deaf and dumb? That these are people that they cannot speak. They only produce sounds like, ah. You know why they cannot speak?
Yeah, teacher.
Oh, hold on, Miguel Angel, you are excited. Gabriel, go on.
Well, I just wanted to say that the same thing that Miguel Angel said, that
Uh-huh.
before we speak, we need to listen.
Right,
And
right. Why, Gabriel? Why before we speak, we need to listen? Why?
because we repeat the sound,
Uh-huh.
we repeat, we say what we listen.
Right.
That's why now you cannot say a word that you have never listened or you have never seen.
Can you imagine that? Like a person to say a word that have never listened to? That's crazy, yeah? That's right, you're correct. Listen, what we do is that we only repeat the words that we hear, the words that we have been listening to since even before we were born. Okay, that's right. So which one is the second skill? Then, Perla Beatriz, which one is the second skill? Perla is gone.
Just a moment, I'm here, but my
Okay.
internet is. So the second skill after listening is speaking.
So speaking is the second one, right?
Yes.
Very good. All right, Evelyn, which one do you think is the third one?
I think that is reading.
Reading, yes, yes. And the last one is writing. So there you go. You see, I didn't plan to put it like that, you know, like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, up and down. I didn't plan to put it like that, but it went like that. Okay. So yes, listening is the first skill. Speaking is the second skill. Reading is the third one. And writing is the last one. Writing is the most complicated one. Okay. A person who doesn't read, who doesn't have a good reading, that's a person that doesn't have a good writing. There might be some exceptions, you know, but the general case is that a person who doesn't know how to read is a person who doesn't know how to write. So because if you don't know, uh, because for you to read, you need to understand the letters, right? And for you to write is the same thing. So it's very difficult for a person that doesn't read to write. And that's it. I wanted to tell you this. Oh, there are more people raising hands. Okay. If you want to say something, keep your hands up. If you already participated and you don't want to talk, put your hands down because I'm going to start giving the opportunities to the people that have the hands up right now. So, okay. Then Juliet, you want to say something?
Yes, teacher. That, for example, in English immersion program, you know, I don't know if you know, you have to keep all these skills like good. And you are not the best student if you are just good at listening or writing. You need to be good at all skills. Like you need to read well. That's why they give you, for example, a big paper you have to read. Also, you have to write to take tests. And the speaking with exposition or presentation, and also the listening, you have to listen music or conversation.
Right. Yes, that's right. So they were the 4 skills. They try to develop the 4 skills. Now you need to know that you as a person, there will be one skill that you will develop more than the others. You know, when you're learning English, maybe you will understand everything, but you won't be able to speak everything, to say everything you think. It is the same thing. You can read everything, but you won't be able to write everything. You know, that depends. Through practice, you can get it, but you need to know that there will be at least 2 skills that you will develop more than the others. So you need to know that you cannot be a genius. Okay, Lady Mercado, lady from the Mercado.
Sorry, teacher.
Oh, you didn't raise your hand. Okay. Gabriel, is there something else you want to say?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, because I saw your hands up. That's why I asked. All right. Okay, so very good. We talk about the skills, right? Now, if I ask you a question now, hold on here. I forgot. Okay. The name of chapter 4. What was the name of chapter 4? Who knows? Lady.
Reading test.
The name of chapter 4?
Sorry.
What do you say, Adiani?
Pronunciation test.
Pronunciation test. Now, if I tell you, in which one, pronunciation is one sub-skill, okay? Sub-skill. Let's put a hyphen there, okay? Sub-skill. If I ask you, to which one does pronunciation belongs to? To writing, reading, speaking, or listening? To which one? Perla Maciel, go on.
Speaking, teacher.
Speaking, you see? So pronunciation is a sub-skill of speaking. Very good. Okay. Then, you know, I wanted to clarify before we continue, because now we're going to ask questions now from the chapter 5. I want to clarify one thing. Grammar is considered, the skill number 5, grammar. Because why? Because grammar is present in every one of them. When you, in listening, not that much, because you're only receiving, right? But you need to understand grammar for you to understand the sentences that you listen to. So grammar is present in all of them, in a minor degree in listening, but in a major degree in speaking, reading, and writing, right? So just to let you know, in case if you wonder where grammar was.
Sorry, teacher. That's a great point of view. We didn't pay attention about it. That's very great, phenomenal way. That's in general. I love that. Great, teacher.
Yeah, it
Thank
belongs
you
to
for
everything.
remind us.
Right, so now we're gonna go to the questions from the chapter 5, and we're gonna start with, hold on, give me a second here. I'm looking for the material. And my internet is acting up. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. Chapter 5, reading test, reading. Reading is a skill or a sub-skill? You can unmute it, you can say it. Go on.
Reading is a skill, teacher.
It's a skill. Okay, good. Okay, now we have a few questions here. I hope that you can see them. And this is what you have to do. Yes, very good. It's a skill. So when we are testing reading, what is it what we are evaluating? What is it what reading test evaluate? Rosa Magdalene.
Oh my God, teacher, you see me.
Yes.
The reading test evaluates the pronunciation of the students.
Reading test evaluates pronunciation of students. Do you want to say something else, Evelyn?
Yes, teacher. Evaluate a broad spectrum of reading activities.
Okay, it also evaluates a broad spectrum of reading activities. Gabriel, do you have a final idea?
I was going to say that
Okay,
spectrum
very good.
activities.
All right. Now, we have two words that maybe you didn't find it in the chapter. The names were there, but there were not a real definition for that. So you have to investigate. What is skimming? Skimming, what is that? To see if you found anything about it. Lady Mercado.
Skimming is a reading rapid in order to get a general overview.
Right, all right. Guys, if you didn't understand to what she said, Lady said that skimming is a reading strategy that we use to get general information or main ideas. So skimming is a reading strategy to get main ideas or key concepts, you know, important information, right? So that is skimming, a reading strategy. That's, for example, let me give you an example of skimming, okay? When you get a newspaper, you know that the newspaper has many sections. The newspaper has the main page, it has sports, it has the weather, it has economics, it has different things, right? Different topics. Imagine that you want to get the sports. You know what you do? You don't go like page by page reading. No, what you do, you start flipping the pages fast until you see a main idea that says sports, right? Or any picture that you see in there related to sports, then you stop. That's when you are skimming, right? Now let's go to scanning.
Teacher,
Yes.
I got a definition from skimming from the book.
Yes, go on.
It's handy for people who need to hunt for information in print.
Right.
newspaper, as you were saying, as well as doing research in a library.
Yes, you're right. You're correct. Very good. Very good. You found it in the book, huh? You are reading that book. That's good. We have question 3, which is what is scanning? And let's see what you can say about this, Miguel Angel. What is scanning?
Yeah.
Oh, Aristides, you're raising your hand, but you put in the little clap in there.
Yes,
That's why
teacher,
we didn't
long
see
time.
you.
And
You have to raise your
scanning.
hand in the system. You're not raising the hand in the system. That's why I don't see you.
I'm wrong, teacher. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on, Miguel Angel. Yes, Aristides,
Okay, sir.
I will give you the opportunity in the next one. Don't worry. So go on, Miguel Angel.
Scanning. A test means looking through it quickly to find specific information. Scanning and another quick read skill. Skimming are often confused through they are quite different.
All right. All right.
These just want to say they related. The number one and the number 2 and the number 3.
Yes. Well, listen, skimming and scanning are related. Why? Because there are reading strategies. And the reading strategies, these are fast reading strategies. When you're reading fast, all right? Now, that's the relation that they have. Let me go back to the example from the newspaper again. Remember, in skimming, what we do is that we look for the main idea. You're looking for the sports, you're looking for fashion, you open the newspaper and you start flipping the pages until you find something that tells you sports or fashion. When you see that, then you stop, right? Because that's what you are interested in. Then scanning is when you find this section that you want to read, right? You start reading everything from there. So you want to read about the sports, then you start reading about sports because you are looking for specific information. And when you look for specific information, you also looking for details, you know? So see the difference. Skimming, main ideas or key concepts. Scanning, specific information, details. What is the relation? That both are reading strategies. Now let's see if you found question number 4. What is the most difficult skill? Let's see. Aristides, is your turn if you have it.
Yes, of course, teacher, I have it. It says that the most typical skill is some different technique.
Different techniques. All right, give me a second here. There are more people with hands up. Miguel Angel, go on. All right, Perla, you can go.
Which Perla? My hands now.
Oh, that's Perla Maciel. Well, I guess you cannot listen to me then. Are you guys listening to me? Are you there, Juliet?
Yes, teacher.
Sí, sí, no sé si el internet suyo. Creo que yo.
Can I read again, teacher?
Hold on, give me a second. Let me disable the camera just to see. Okay, now yes, go on, Perla.
The most typical test of this skill is the same different technique, which is also used as a reading exercise in an occasional ESL text.
Right. Very good, very good, very good. Now, question number 5. This was not a question. You had to talk about this sentence comprehension. Sentence comprehension. This is something that you have to read, and if you have any idea, Rene Katz, the Englishman, you can talk about that. Jesus.
Okay, briefly about testing sentence comprehension. First of all, if the students have difficulty understanding a sentence, they can test comprehension. Some sentence level comprehension are good for beginning students. There are questions that ask only one word response. We will start this section with examples of sentence comprehension for beginners and later increase the difficulty.
Right. So Rene says that you have to, that you as a teacher, if you're gonna work with sentence comprehension, you have to make sure that your students understand the sentences, right? Because if they don't understand, or even a word, sometimes you have a sentence and there is one word that you don't know. And only for that word, you don't understand the whole sentence, right? So it's very important that your students know, right? That they know the words before you start testing comprehension. So that is dangerous and you have to pay attention to that. What about the testing passage comprehension? Yes, Aristides, testing passage comprehension. You're mute, your microphone, sorry.
Okay, I'm here. It says that in testing passage comprehension, there are special ways for teachers to test students that has some limited required skills. For example, here we have 3, the limited response item. Here, a student's ability are checked to see the difference between the words that look similar to each other. The other one is sentence comprehension. Here, students are tested by using pictures. True or false response are used to indicate understanding of basic idea of expression in a sentence.
Right. Aristides mentioned some of the ways that we can test, right? We can test sentence and words when you're reading, because sometimes when you are reading, you make mistakes, right? You make mistakes in pronunciation. Do you remember what reading test evaluate? Do you remember the first answer? What is it what reading test evaluate? Oh, I see, no people. Okay, on here. This person, the extra plus. We're gonna repeat them, okay? We're gonna repeat. Evelyn, go on.
Evaluate the broad spectrum of reading activities.
Broad spectrum of reading activities, and within those reading activities, what do you say, Juliet?
Teacher, did you say Juliet?
Yes, go on. You have your hands up.
Oh, apart from what Evelyn said, those activities are reading comprehension, reading speed, and skimming techniques.
Right. That is true. That is true. Very good. Now I want this last question that says that you have to write about question techniques for beginners. I don't know if you've read about that. Oh, let's listen to one idea of any of you. Question techniques for beginners. Miguel Angel, do you have your hands up for that one?
If you give me an opportunity for anyone's want to participate, I can do.
Oh, you go on because we have Aristides there also waiting. Go on.
Okay, so the last question, right?
Yes.
Brief. Okay. There are two useful approaches for testing beginning student who can read simple passages. One of these is true first items, and the other is the matching techniques. True first items are rather easy to prepare, and for beginning students, they are easier than regular multiple choice items.
All
I'm done,
right.
sir.
All right. Very good. I'm having problems with my mouse here. The mouse is connecting and disconnecting. Listen to it. Right. So yes. So there are two approaches for that one. Miguel Angel says one is the true and false, and the other one is the match. And there is one that someone mentioned before, question 5 or 6, that is used a lot when you have to put the difference between two words when you're reading. If it is the same or if it is different. For example, you can say sane, right? This is when you are not sick mentally, sane, or you can put Shane, right? Shane and sane. And then you ask students, what is the difference there, right? When they're reading, they will notice that here there is an H, and that H changes the whole word pronunciation and reading. So sane and Shane is different or is the same? You see? Adiani, yes?
And also, teacher, we use simple questions.
Comprehension?
Simple questions.
Oh, simple questions, yes. Yes, you can use simple questions too. That is true. Very good. I don't know, Miguel Angel, if you have your hands up still, or if it was from before.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. Just for before.
Oh, okay. Gabriel, you're going to be the last one.
I just want to say about the word sane. That I've heard.
Same or sane?
Sane. The first one, sane.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I've heard people saying that's insane.
Right. Insane. That means that you are crazy or that what you're doing is not what people are supposed to do.
And what means chain? What means the second one? Chain. Chain.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Shane is a name, a personal name.
Oh.
Yes. Have you watched this TV series? Look. The Walking Dead.
Yes, teacher, it's one of my favorites.
Yes. So there is the main character, the protagonist's name is Rick, right? And what's of his best friend at the beginning? Shane. Shane, that's the name of it. So that's a name, okay? Because remember, there is another word that we can compare it and say if it is the same or if it is different, right? Shane and and shame. Shame, shame. There is a difference at the end. Shame, N, and shame, M. Very different. So that's how you can work that when in reading, right? We can also make distinction of words to make sure if students recognizes if it is the same or if it is not the same, if it is different.
Teacher.
Yes.
¿Lo puedo decir en español?
Ajá.
Es solamente para pedirle permiso para poderme retirar, que es que tengo que ir al trabajo a hacerme la prueba del COVID porque fui de los que llamaron para trabajar el día 20 en Lifestyle y tengo que ir a hacer esa fila, si usted me permite.
Happy birthday to you.
To my son, en este caso.
Happy birthday to Jared.
All right, all right.
Gabriel, yo tengo pendiente tu regalo. Ay, pero Gabriel tuvo de cumpleaños y nadie lo felicitó. Happy birthday, Gabriel. Está pasado, pero ya tú sabes.
Muchas gracias.
No, Gabriel. Gabriel, but we told you happy birthday before your birthday.
I did your birthday cake.
Yeah.
Ya te sabe, profe, pues me retiro entonces. Cualquier cosa yo me pongo al corriente en la grabación.
Ok.
Ok, bye.
Graduación, yo espero que Lideni me lleve regalo, que ya dije con iba de allá.
Sí, tú sabes que sí, que eso va. Cuenta con eso. Ella es una mujer de palabra.
All right. And well, that's it. I told you Gabriel was the last person to talk. There was another person who talked after him, I guess. But anyways, so do you have any other question before we finish about testing, about the exam, about the date, about how we're going to take the exam? You don't have questions, Gabriel, do you? Somebody's laughing there. Gabriel, go on, Gabriel, go on.
So the exam goes chapter 4 and 5, the 80% and the other 20% general. You mean general, when you say general, you mean the other chapter 3, chapter 2, chapter 1?
Yes, yes, that's right.
So
specify that.
All of them.
Yes, study all of them, but focus on 4 and 5.
Got it.
Right. Aristides, you wanted to ask?
Teacher.
No.
Rosa
Right
Magdalene.
Be gentle, please, with us. You're going to give us 3 exams this weekend.
Oh, how many?
The next week.
How many subjects
Be
do you
gentle,
have?
please. 3 with you.
Okay, but I mean,
Just
you have
3 with you and 2 more.
You have one for teaching practice. You have one for testing, and you have one for phonetics.
Sorry?
Don't open your mouth, Evelyn, because we have exam next week for teaching practice. So you guys have to study. What is the other subject that you take with me besides teaching practice and testing?
Práctica docente.
Besides teaching practice and testing, what is the other?
History with you, teacher.
Oh, history.
Yes.
So you guys, we were talking yesterday, huh? Wow.
Yes,
Like
last night.
last night, yes. No, but you know what you have to do? Program your mind that is gonna be different days, and that's it. So you guys have 3 exams next week. Well, I'm fine because I know that you guys study and that you guys are good, you know, so you're gonna get good grades on these subjects. And that's it. Don't drink next week. Don't go out next week because COVID-19 is there and you have 3 exams.
Bye, sir.
Not me.
See you later then. Go to
See you when I
prepare
see you.
lunch. Prepare lunch and we'll meet later.
See you when I see you, teacher.
See you when I see you.